everything that we do in medicine is because we realize everything is a dream, and we work the dream. You can fly. You can shapeshift. You can walk through a wall. Now that's hard. That is really hard. Oh yeah, yeah. Because for some reason that's pretty dang solid.
It would have to be harder than shapeshifting, because to me.
Oh yes, it is, because shapeshifting can be done through imaging real easy. But you're so strong thought that's a wall, and it's hard, you know. But
now, before you go to the wall, on the shape-shifting, it's the same kind of thing as invisibility, except for you're imagining, you're telling yourself that you are this bird.
Well, same thing.
Okay.
The same thing.
Yeah, the wall.
But walls are hard. Now, I've gone through a car, I told you about it, with my truck, and you hear occasionally, especially on Mr. Bell's, people, I don't know how, I went right through that, and the next thing I know, I'm on the other side, no scratches and blah, blah, blah. What, you know, one of the great questions, what comes first, the chicken and the egg. The other one, what do you do with an unmovable object with an unstoppable force? What happens? Mm-hmm. What happens? Have you ever thought of it? Mm-hmm. How about you, Rich? Mm-hmm. Have you ever given a thought? Nothing happens. Mm-hmm. Nothing. It just passes through. And that one is unstoppable, and the other one is unmovable. It's all dream, and it passes
So
through.
the problem is only there when you assume that they can't be in the same place at the same time.
No, they are at the same place at the same time.
That's what I mean. Yes. So
but they are what they are, and one doesn't stop, the other one doesn't move. Right. It's that simple. Right. Mm-hmm. You know, before we get on it, have you heard of rods? This is something Art Bell talks about. These strange things that have been flying, they're starting to discover these strange things. And part of the people say they're bugs, and part of the people know this is a new life form, and blah, blah, blah. And the fact is, they are both right. You have to understand, we are inside a brain being thought. Look and think of what our own brain looks like. You've seen pictures, this is the brain, this is what it looks like, all curly and wet and yucky and all that jazz. You know, basically, we are in a brain. And that millions and millions of miles up there to the nearest star is nothing but mere inches or feet. That's it. To an ant, we are so tall they can't see us. They can recognize a foot coming to them, and that's so dang big they're not sure what that is. Right. You know, and that's the way we are. We are. Space is nothing more than the wetness, that dampness between sections of the gooey or the semi-hard part of the brain. And what these bugs to one, new race to the other, it's not a new race, but it's a different race. Literally, if you go to a extreme high-powered microscope and look at the blood platelets and all the white cells and the red cells, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at these cells that are living things. And they hunt each other. They, you know, the red ones eat the white ones eat the red ones. This one's shaped a little different because it hunts a different type of food. That's a little different. And basically that's all it is. What they are seeing, they can see under a microscope through a human brain. That's it. The rods have been with us as long, you know, longer than man.
Right.
Longer than the angels. It's been right there. We are literally in a brain. Now that's kind of hard a concept for people to comprehend. You know, we think we're so great and the elephant's greater, you know, in size and above. We're just thoughts in a brain being shot like electrical neurons here, there, and everywhere.
Richard wants to know more about time travel.
Another fun thing. Do that same exercise.
Okay.
All right. Now you can go into the inner earth. You want to see what those cities are like and stuff like that. That's fine. Unless you have the proper protection, you don't want to go into Hades. Because I did go into Hades testing this without the proper protection. And a demon did get on me and put bite marks on my back. And as it was doing that, I realized where I had gone wrong and instantly grabbed that protection, and it ran like a crazy man.
What kind of protection did you grab?
Well, I've asked the angels. I've asked my totems, which are Indian angels. It could be an animal, a bird, a bug, you know, but they are Indian angels. God gave us all angels, and the Indian angels are not like the Jewish angels with wings or whatnot, but He gave us an angel that we recognize, and they're angels. They're protectors. So I called them all in. I called Christ Himself in. I called many angels in. I got myself surrounded, and from there on in, no problem. Without it, big problems. At least the possibility of big problems. So when I go into the land right below us, on down, I don't go in alone. And I make sure they're with me. I don't visualize them, I expect them, and when I see them, I know they are there. All right? And so use the same exercise and say, call your protection. Now you got better protection than poor Rich has got because you made a reality of this great protection. And when you sense, in your case, that all of this protection is right, you're as safe as a tiny little ball in a 400-foot square of pure metal, then go ahead.
Now,
and say, you know, I would like to see what this inner earth is like. And you will find poles on both ends, all in giant caverns, understand. So big, you can't see one into the other. And because there's clouds and stuff above, you don't see that it's the bottom side of the next earth up. And the colors, it's not just clouds, but coloration and everything. It's just that way. And you'll be able to go through, gosh, like Kansas City before white man chased off the buffaloes, that tall grass, almost like wheat, blowing and flowing in the wind. Oh, gosh, it's beautiful. Cold areas, hot areas, animals, fish, birds, it's all there.
I have a question. Are all the animals that had become extinct on the upper, where we are now, do they still exist in that?
Yes, in certain areas.
Okay.
Certainly. But understand, they are not extinct.
That's what I'm saying. They're
Now
not.
I'm saying here.
Oh, here.
Yeah. They are not extinct. They, Loch Ness, no monster, all right? That dame says it's a ghost. Bullshit. I don't know why he came up with that. I have seen more ghosts than that man probably has ever even thought existed. And I've yet to see one make a wake in the water. And
So all the animals that we think now are extinct here are not?
not necessarily. There are some that are
That
truly
actually
extinct.
are? Okay.
All right,
But do they
but
exist
we have places on this planet that the animals still exist.
Right. No, I know that.
All right, and various animals. But in the inner earth, the first layer, there is some big ones. There's mastodons, not the older ones, but the mastodons, the middle ones,
Right.
and stuff like that. I don't know what happened to the older ones, but frankly, I think they've bred up. All that stuff is there.
That's what I
And
thought.
I tell you, it's no trouble. I taught my grandson how to go in and check them out. Like I told you,